Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonzo. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at part 2 of the rise and fall of the Cilician pirates. Before we begin, just a quick reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. Moving right along, mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Our first question for today is from Heather. She asked, why were the Cilician pirates such a threat? Heather, the pirates were well organized, so much so that they could besiege towns and plunder them. They were also known to have kidnapped rich people and held them for ransom. Now we have a question from Dominic. He wants to know if it is true that Julius Caesar had been held for ransom by Cilician pirates. Yes, Dominic, in the year 75 before the Common Era, when Caesar was en route to the island of Rhodes, his ship was captured and he was held for ransom. Caesar balked at the fee of 20 talents asked by the pirates, and he told them to ask for 50 talents. Once the ransom was paid, Caesar returned to the island of Pergamon and captured the pirates. Rather than sell them into slavery, Caesar had them crucified. Our next question is from Rhonda. She wants to know, why was piracy so prevalent throughout the Mediterranean Sea? Rhonda, back in antiquity, ships sailed very close to the coast. This made it relatively easy for the pirates to overtake unsuspecting vessels. Moving right along, our next question is from Alec. He asks, where were the primary bases of the Cilician pirates? Alec, the pirates had bases throughout the eastern Mediterranean, yet the vast majority were primarily along the coast of Asia Minor. The two primary bases that created havoc for both the Greeks and the Romans were located in the Lipari Islands and Istria. It is generally believed that during the revolt of Spartacus, known as the Third Servile War, Cilician pirates were hired to transport the army of Spartacus to Sicily. However, the pirates deserted him and Spartacus was left to deal with the legions of Marcus Licinius Crassus. This question is from Celia. She asks, why didn't the Romans immediately move to crush the pirates? Celia, good question. At first, the pirates were only a minor annoyance to the Romans. Later, the pirates only caused havoc with the allies of Rome. For Rome, the pirates were just not a priority. However, as the pirates continued to consolidate their power and disrupted the major trade routes and attacked cities, only then were they crushed by the might of Rome. Let's press on. Our next question is from Sylvia. She wants to know, how important were the Cilician pirates to the slave trade? Sylvia, one of the main sources of income for the pirates was slavery. Rome's economy had become dependent on slavery, and vast amounts of slaves were required to work the large Roman estates. Sicily was particularly notorious for its vast estates that could only exist through slave labor. Now we have a question from Dex. He asks, where were the main centers of the slave trade? Dex, the island of Delos was the center of the Mediterranean slave trade. In its heyday, 10,000 slaves passed through Delos's markets in a single day. Other huge slave markets could also be found on Rhodes and Alexandria. We still have time for a couple more questions. Here's one from Verna. She asked, did the pirates practice any form of religion? Verna, excellent question. According to Plutarch, the Cilician pirates were the first to celebrate the mysteries of Mithras. Now we have a question from Todd. He asks, since the pirates were located primarily in the lands of the Seleucids, why didn't their kings do anything to eradicate them? Todd, at that point in time, the Seleucid rulers were just too weak to suppress the activities of the pirates. Take for example Diodotus Tryphon, who ruled the Seleucid Empire from 142 to 138 before the Common Era. He was so weak that he actually supported the pirates, who in turn helped strengthen his position. Our last question for today is from Miriam. She asks, what did the pirates think of the Romans? Miriam, according to both Plutarch and Cassius Dio, if a Roman was not rich and could not be ransomed, the pirates would usually drown them. However, since they hated the Romans, they would mock and humiliate them before throwing them overboard. This brings us to the end of part 2 of the rise and fall of the Cilician pirates. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Traveler's Tales. Just a reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon to be notified each time we post new videos. For your convenience, we have also posted our email address and Instagram information. We enjoy hearing from our subscribers, so don't hesitate to contact us with any questions or comments you may have. Please don't forget to subscribe to Traveler's Tales. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Traveler's Tales will return with another adventure. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and fact, Cartistos.